Yeah. Is it audible? Is it fine for you? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Fine, fine. Right. Fine. Yeah. In last class we discussed, right, like how to create this cloud instance. Okay. Can just go with this. We have some process, like I said, launch instance. Okay. And choose some instance type. I said some Amazon Linux or Ubuntu, Red Hat. Okay. So actually, we have different flavors in Linux. Go Debian, CentOS. You can choose any Linux flavor. Just 1 minute. So let me go with this Ubuntu machine here. Selected Ubuntu machine, which is having some T2 micro configuration, the 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. Okay, I'll select it. And number of instances, I said one instance. Storage, some 8 GB or 10 GB. Okay. Next one, tags, I said. So what are tags? Tags are labels. So let me add some label here. It's a Ubuntu machine. Okay. And some security group. I'll choose some existing group, what we created in last class. Okay. Next one, launch. Okay. Launch is keypad. Select it, then say launch. So now instance is going to launch here. So now, so let me connect with this instance. I said it is Ubuntu machine. Okay, it's fine. Machine started. It's running. So I'll just go with this interfaces. You can use either putty or super putty. Putty or super putty interface. So let me go with this super putty. I'll go with the session, Amazon session it is. Okay, all the sessions we are created in putty. Okay, you get these sessions here. So I'll say connect, connect. Right here, what you have to copy here? Ubuntu is a username at the rate EC2-18. It is a hostname, right? So let me copy this username at the rate hostname. Okay, I'll just copy this. So let me add. So it is one Ubuntu machine. Okay, we can get this current user by basic command like who am I. It shows the current user. I said Ubuntu is a current user, right? In last I've discussed, right, how to get this machine type. Okay, /etcos release. So this command will tell you what the current machine type is. It's a Ubuntu machine. Okay, fine. Now let me switch to root user. I said, right, said who am I? It shows is a current user like Ubuntu. Okay, so let me switch to root user. Command like sudo su hyphen. Okay, so we do like this. Then I will switch to root user. Who am I? My root. Question is, what is the sudo su hyphen? Okay, here sudo is a privilege. Okay, like super user do is a privilege, and su stands for switch user. Switch user, and hyphen denotes for home directory. I just switch to my root users home directory. Okay, fine. Now let me do some basic commands in this Linux. Okay, first, then we can go for this other commands. Like I said, some PWD. It shows the current working directory, present working directory, and I want to get my host name. I said hostname hyphen I will use this IP address, and hostname hyphen F will use the fully qualified hostname. Okay, we can get this either machine IP address or its fully qualified hostname, like server name it is. Okay, you can see some more basic commands. I'll just show this process for you. See this. So after we discuss this basic commands like I said, right, some who am I, date. Okay, so we want to get this current system date. We can use this command, like date command. Okay, you get the date and cal to get this calendar or cals from 2018. It shows us specific year calendar. Okay, now if you need specific month calendar, you can get it. You can get it some cal some 52018. You get the specific month calendar. Okay. Okay. Now let me create some files and directories. Okay. I'll just show this process for you. So we have some basic commands here like touch some demo.txt. So touch is a command which can create some empty files. Okay. Here demo.txt is an empty file. Okay, so there is no content here. So let me add some content. Let me add some content to this demo.txt. Insert some hello world, some good day. Fine. I said control D. So this data is added. Then how to get it? Cat demo.txt. See, we are added some data for this file, demo.txt. Okay. Next one, we can create some multiple files here. Let's say touch file 1200.txt. See here. So multiple files are created, right? So touch file 1200. Multiple files are created. Okay. So with this basic command, just create some files. Let me remove these files. I'll use a command like rm. We said rm star is going to delete all these files, all these current files. We know this, right? Star denotes what? All files. Okay. Let me create some directories here. Okay. I said some dir1, dir2. It's a multiple directories like this. Okay. I need some 100 different directories. Same process. So mkdir. So dir 1 to 100. I think already 1 2 is there. I'll go for 3 to 100. Now multiple directories are created. Okay. So, and if you want to remove these directories, see to create directories, what we are using here, mkdir. Now to delete these directories, you can use a command either rmdir, you can delete it, is going to remove the directories, or else rm-rf star. What is rm-rf? Here R denotes what? Recursively, and F denotes what? Forcefully. So we are deleting all files and directories recursively and forcefully. Okay, so it's going deleted. Let me create one more file here. Here I said some vi demo.txt. So let me add some content here. I'll save it. Here colon WQ stands for write and quit. Write and quit. So it will save our content. Repeat it. So now we have some content in a file demo.txt. So let me rename this file. I'll use a command mv demo.txt to sample.txt. So here mv is a basic command which can rename this file. Okay, so the demo is renamed to sample. It's clear. So we can just do this one, and you can also use one more command like cp command. Sets copy sample.txt into temp.txt. See here, so we are created one copy like temp.txt. So like this, we can create some files, we can some delete files, okay, and we can move the files. So you can do all these basic operations with the help of these different Linux commands. Okay, fine. I'll just show some more command. Just see here. We discussed right how to get this host name. I said host name hyphen f or host name. So normal host name will use only some short host name. Okay, it is a fully qualified host name. You'll get it. Okay, and if you want to get this IP address, you can use these commands like hostname hyphen I. We discussed this hostname hyphen I will use what IP address. You can also use hostname hyphen you can specify IPA IP space A, so which gives the same thing IP address. Will give the IP address. Okay. You can also use a command if config. What's the command? It is if config, which give the same IP address. If you see this history, so after what we executed, so we are created some files, okay, and we are by using a command like touch command, and we are created some directories, okay, and we have just removed some directories, okay, and we are just rename the file mv is a command to rename it, to move it, and one more command like cp, which can copy this file, okay, and next one we can use some basic commands like some hostname hyphen I hyphen f, okay, to get this server name and IP address. So to get IP address, we can use these three commands: hostname hyphen I, IPA, or IF config. Okay, so all these three commands will help us to get IP address. Right. Next one, I can use some additional commands in this Linux. We can get this memory details by using commands like free or df. Okay, I'll show this process for you. I said free hyphen m. This command will use a free memory, like what is allocated memory. We know this, right? We are using T2 micro machine, which contains one CPU and 1 GB RAM, right? So this 1 GB we are using some 283 MB, and rest of memory is free. Okay. So it's about primary memory and how to get the secondary memory. If you set some df, so df command will give the secondary memory details. Like df denotes disk free. Okay, I'll get the secondary memory details here. So df hyphen h. Here hyphen h denotes what? Human readable format. Human readable format. Okay, so I'll just get these files in this. So you just see here what is the memory we have and how much memory we are used. Okay, and rest of memory is free. You'll get this complete memory details with this df command. You can write df hyphen m. It gives the memory in the form of like MBs. Okay, so you can use some basic commands here to get this memory details. Okay, and one more thing, we can also get this from process details, like command like ps. PS command will use the processes. Okay, it shows some current running process. So all these are process for this current session. Okay, No, I need all users processes. Okay, I'll just specify ps-ef. Okay, so it shows all running process for this current server. Okay, so ps-ef. Okay, which gives us all processes. Here, every process will have some process ID, parent process ID. Okay, so we'll get this details. This command like ps-ef. Okay, and you can also get some specific process. Suppose I want to get only Java process, not other process. I'll say some grep Java. So if we say grep Java, so it shows only some Java process. Okay. So here grep is a command which can search for a specific string pattern. String pattern. Okay. So here I need Java process. I'll specify grep Java. Same way, I want to search for some Tomcat process. Okay. So we can use this command like ps-ef grep. Now what is this pipe symbol? This pipe symbol will get the some input. Suppose we have some ps command, the ps command result will get it. It will give us input for grep command. Okay, the ps command result will use as input for grep command. Okay, so can use this pipe symbol here. Okay, and we have some more commands here like ls. So ls command will use this will list all files here, and ls can have some more options. I'll tell you some options here. ls hyphen l, ls hyphen l. So which shows some details for us. Sure, what are all these details? What is first field denotes? File type, yes, file type. Next one like user permissions, okay, group permissions, and others permissions, and file links. Like how many links are there for this file? File user, file owner, okay, and file group, okay, and file size. So when it was modified, okay, and file name. We'll get this complete file details. The command work ls hyphen l. I'll show an image. You get some idea. See here. So it's what ls hyphen l command result. So I set some file type. Okay, file owner permission. Can you see here? Read, write, execute. Okay, so some permission for owner. Next, group permissions. Here, a group is set of users. Okay, so you can grant some permission for group. And next one, for others permissions, it is okay. For others, you are given these permissions and number of links. Okay, I said some for this file we have one link. What are links? We'll see it later. We have hard link, soft link. Okay, we'll see it later. And file owner and file group, file size, and when it was modified, and file name. Okay, you'll get all these details. Command word ls hyphen l. Now we have question what is file type? Said right file type. First field. Let's see this one. I think it's clear, right? Okay. Just go for this file type. Linux will support some different type of files. Okay. Like regular files, directories, socket files, link files. Okay. If you found hyphen for any file, okay. So okay, hyphen. So it denotes what? File type. So regular file it is. Okay. Like text files, images, documents. Okay. So D denotes some directory. Okay. L denotes some link files. Okay. And S denotes it as a socket file. Okay. Here we can have some more files like C. If you have a file type like C, it denotes some character special file, block special file. So different type of files we have in Linux. So it shows the file type, the first field. And what are the other fields we have? Like file permissions. I said read, write, execute permissions, right? Can you see this? So read, write, execute permissions, and hyphen denotes no permissions. Okay. So like this, we can get this different file permissions or file details with this command ls hyphen l. Okay. And I think it's clear, right? Like what is ls command, how it will work, right? Fine. Now, let me go with this ls hyphen a. This command will show some hidden files. Can you see here? We have some different files here. Some bash rc dot bash profile dot ssh. What this dot denotes here? It is a hidden file. Are you following? If any file prefix with dot, so that is a hidden file. How to get the hidden files? ls hyphen a. Okay. Like this ls can have some multiple options. Okay. You said ls hyphen I. It shows some inode values. I'll do one thing. I'll create some more files. File. Let me create some files here. So I want to get inode values for all these files. So ls hyphen I will use this inode values. Question is, what is inode value? Inode value, it can be some unique value. Okay. So in a Linux file system, each and every file will have some unique ID. Some unique ID. So we'll call the unique ID as a inode. How do you get it? ls hyphen I. It's clear. You can use this command ls hyphen I. And you can also get the things in reverse order, in descending order, ls hyphen r, reverse order. We said ls hyphen t because of the time, like what are the files I created recently, it will show it first. Okay, so ls hyphen t. So all these are some basic Linux commands. Okay, fine. Now we discussed it, right? In file type, if we show some L, so what that L denotes? It's a file link, right? I said it's a file link it is. So in our Linux system, we can create so different file links. I'll just show this process for you. Okay. One is like soft link, and next one hard link. So the question is, what is soft link and hard link? Okay. If you go for some Windows machine, can you see here there is some shortcut? So there is some shortcut for this Devops. Okay. So putty. Okay. Tell me what this shortcut will contains. Whether shortcut can have any data? No, right? It contains only path. Path for this specific file. See, I have a putty in C program files. Okay. So the path we can store in this shortcut. Okay. So we can call this shortcut as a soft link. What is one? Soft link. So here what the soft link will store? The soft link will store only path of the specific file. Okay, it doesn't contain any data. Okay, only path will store. Okay, and go for hard link. See this one? What soft link will store here? Only path. Path for a specific file. Okay, and go for hard link. A hard link is a replica, a duplicate copy. Okay, it is a replica for a specific file. I'll just show this process for you. Just observe. See this one. So it is soft link. Okay. Here my actual file is what? Some demo.txt, which contains some data. Okay. Now what the soft link will contain? Soft link will have only path for the specific file. Okay. So we can access this file data through soft link. Okay. And if you observe here, both demo.txt and the soft link will have some different inode values. They contain what? Some different inode values. We have discussed the right inode value, some unique value. Okay, so it has some different inode values. But we go for hard link. I said hard link is a replica. Like what are the data we have in soft link? The same data we have in hard link. And one more thing, they're having some similar inode values. Okay, I'll just show this process for you. See here. Let me create some soft link for this file. Sample. I said ln-s soft link. See here, a new file is created like s link. So how to create a soft link? Was the option ln-s, the file name, it's soft link. If you see this command like ls-l, tell you, see this one. This s-link will refer to a file what? Sample.txt. Okay. And if you see this, what is the file size? Sample.txt. Shows only some 22 bytes, right? But go for s-link, we'll have only 10 bytes. That is, s-link won't store any data. It stores only path. Okay. Now let me access this file data. So I said here, cat sample or cat s-link, same data. That is, we can access the file data through soft link. I got the point. We can access the file data through soft link. Okay. Now let me do one thing. Let me get the inode values. What's the inode value for the sample.txt? Some 29116, right? But go for what's the inode value for s-link? Some different value, right? That is, a soft link and a file will have different inode values. Okay. So how to define the soft link? A soft link is a file which contains path. Okay. So which contains a path for a specific file. Okay. So how to create it? I said right. So ln-s, actual file name, and soft link. And go for hard link. Hard link is a replica, like some some duplicate copy it is. Okay. Let me create one hard link here. Just see this process. Same command ln file name sample.txt, and I said it is a hard link. Okay. Now just see this process. Cat sample.txt, we got some data. Cat hlink, and we have the same data. Now let me do some changes in this file sample.txt. So vi sample.txt. Let me modify this file content. Okay. So let me specify some Sathya Tech, some Hyderabad, something. Okay. Some new code is added here. Okay. So it's saved. Now cat sample.txt. We have some data, right? Same with cat hlink. Do you have the same data? Can you access the same data? Yes. Yes, you can access, right? So there is a link. Okay. So there's a link between these two files. What are the data is added for this demo.txt? You can access the same data through hard link. It's clear for you. Okay. Fine. Let me check this inode values. How check this inode values? ls hyphen I. See what is soft sample.txt inode value? Some 29116, right? What is hard link inode value? Same inode value. Okay. So a file and hard link will have some similar inode values. It's clear for you. Fine. Now let me remove the actual file. See, if you delete this actual file, like some demo.txt something, tell me, can you access data through soft link? Let us see. Let's check this one. I said rm sample.txt file deleted. Sample.txt file is deleted. Now let me get this data. Yeah, how to get it? I said cat slink. See here, no file is exists. But let me get this data through hard link. I can get it, right? So can you see the same data? Here, if actual file get deletes, we cannot access data from soft link. Okay, but go with this hard link. If even the actual file is deleted, still we can get this data from hard link because hard link will have its own memory. Okay, its own data, right? So how define these two things? Soft link will stores what? Only a path for a specific file, and go for hard link. Hard link will contains a replica. Okay, so some duplicate copy. Fine. Now we can see some more basic commands in this Linux. See, now Windows machines, we can compress and extract the files in different formats. We have some zip, right? Zip file format. The same way in Linux, we have some concepts like file compressions, file compression and extraction, file compression and extraction. What are different compression methods we have in Linux? You can use some zip format, you can use some tab, you can use gunzip. Okay, you can use bunzip. Okay, we get some different file compression and extraction formats here. Okay, it is a normal zip format. It is we can just compress the files with this one. But what does tar? Tar will do here. You can see. So tar is a command which can combine some set of files into a single unit. Suppose it has some 100 different files. I'll just make all these files into one unit. Okay, so then we can easily maintain the files. Okay, so tar can just compress the files into a single unit, but tar won't reduce the file size. Okay, so if you want to reduce the file size, you have to apply any method here, either gunzip or bunzip. Okay, so we can see what is this gunzip, bunzip. I'll just show this process for you. Yes, see this one. See this process here. I said right, file compression and extraction. Okay, so I will use this method. I can use normal tab method or gunzip, bunzip. Okay, you can see what is importance. Gunzip can reduce the file size up to 1/4. Like if you have file like some 100 MB with size some 100 MB, you can make it some up to some 25 MB. Okay, you can reduce the file size. Then go for bunzip. Bunzip can reduce the size up to 1/8. 1/8. But thing it is, these sizes are not fixed. It will change. It will change. It is depends on your file data. The file contains some character data, okay, or some number data, alphanumeric values, binary values, especially duplicate values. Okay, so these file sizes will vary, but in general, Gunzip can do what? We get the file size up to 1/4, and Bunzip can get it up to 1/8. I'll just show this process here. So what are all these things? Different file compression and extraction techniques. Okay, here I will use some commands like tab. I'll just show this process for you. See this one. Tab -cf compress files is a star.txt. That is all text files. All text files I want to compress into a single file. What? Some backup.tab. Right? I'll just show this process for you. Here you have some multiple files, right? I'll just combine all these files into a single unit. So multiple files we have. Let me create some more files. Okay, so multiple files are created. Now let me make all these files into a single unit, one unit. Okay, so I said tar -cf compress files. I said backup.tar star.txt. So all text files are compressed into a single file. File is what? Backup.tar. Can you see this backup.tar? Fine. What I will do is I'll just delete all these files now. Let me delete it. rm-rf star.txt. All text files are deleted. Now we have only one backup file, right? You know this, all files are compressed into a single backup file. So whenever we needed files, we can extract it. While compression, for the file compression, we are using about -cf, right? Now to extract it, I will use -xf. Okay, -xf, file name. Can you see? Again, we have all these files. Okay, so with this tar command, either you can compress the files into a single unit, or you can extract the files. Okay, I'll just show this process for you, like how it will reduce the file size. Let me do one thing. Let me delete all files here. rm-rf. I said right recursively and forcefully. I just deleted all these files. Fine. Now let me create one new file here. Let me create a new file. Just see this process. I'm just copying a file called password /etc password. Actually, this file contains all users details. Okay. I said cp copy auto copy /etc password to this current directory. This dot denotes what? Current directory. Okay. I'll just copy this file to current directory. See, file is there. So now let me create some files here. Assert some while true. I'll just specify this one. Let's use one demo loop here, some while loop. Okay. Do Just 1 minute. So it's a simple loop here, a while loop. So what I'll do is I'll just get my file content. Suppose I have a file like password. The password file content I'll just add it to demo. Okay. Here I need some a file which contains some huge size. Okay. So then I can apply this compression techniques. Okay. I will use gunzip, bunzip. Okay. Then I can reduce the file size. So what I will do is I'll just copy this content, like this password content. I'll just add in the code for demo.txt. The question is, what is the symbol? It is a concat symbol. Okay. So generally, if you do this command like cat file1 to file2, then what will happen? File1 data will copy to file2. Okay. If we said cat file1 file2, now file1 data will append to file2. In our earlier case, your file2 data will override with this file1 data, right? Okay, data will override here. We'll go for this next second command. Data will append. If you want to append data, you can use it. So here what I'm doing is I'll just append my data, like password data, into demo. Okay. So this process I will do it continuously. Continuously I'm appending. I'm using a while loop here. So while true I said. So this condition always true. So here this data will continuously append to this demo.txt file. Sorry, demo file. So then automatically the file size will increase, right? So file size will drastically increase. So then I will apply this compression techniques. Okay. Let's show this process. Let me stop this process. Okay. Yep, it's done. Now let me verify this file size. ls-l is my file size. Okay. But I want to get the things in human readable format. So ls-lh what is the file size? 195 MB. So I just added my data continuously for this demo.txt. I got the file size with 195 MB. Now let me apply some file compression techniques. Okay. Yep. Listen. It's a tar hyphen cf. So compressed files. Okay. Let me specify some backup.tar demo. Now demo file is compressed into backup.tar. Okay. See ls hyphen lh. See what is the demo file size? 195 MB. Even after applying this tar command, we have the same size. That is, the actual tar command, it won't reduce the file size. Its advantage is what? It can just combine the set of files into single unit. Okay, so it won't reduce any size. But how can I reduce the file size? We can reduce this file size using these methods I said, right? You can use gunzip or bunzip. Okay, so by using this compression techniques, we can reduce the file size. Okay, I'll just show this process for you. So we have seen one first method like hyphen cf, and just use it. Go for second one. Just see this one, czf. CZF file name. I'll just show this process for you. Tab hyphen CZF. Let me specify the file extension. Earlier we have the file extension is what? Dot tar, backup dot tar. Okay. Now I can see this file extension backup dot tar dot zz. What is zz denotes here? It is a gun zip file. Okay. Let me create one gun zip file. So demo dot tar dot zz. And which file you want to compress? Demo. I'll make this file as a gun zip file. See here, this demo file will compress into gunzip.tar.cz. Is done. ls-lh. I said that hyphen L denotes what? List the files. Hyphen H is a human readable format. See, or earlier case, see this file size, actual file size is what? 195 MB. But once you apply this compression techniques, gunzip, what's the file size you have? Only 1.1 MB. But what we said here, we said if you're applying gunzip method, you'll get 1/4 size. Like approximately if this is 100 MB file, you should get 25 MB. But in our case, that 195 MB file, will become what? 1.1 MB. So how it is possible here? I said right, these sizes are not fixed. Okay, it's an approximate size. I said gunzip can make the file size up to 1/4 and gunzip to 1/8, but it's not exact one, it's approximate one. The sizes are depends on your file data. Okay, in our case, a file contains what? Duplicate data. Okay, added some data continuously for the file, so it contains a huge duplicate data, right? So the duplicate data is compressed and it became what? Only 1.1 MB. It's clear for you. So that 195 MB file became just 1.1 MB. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll just delete the other files. Now we have only tar.zz file, right? Now let me extract this file. So in our earlier case, to compress it, we would use a command -czf, compress zip file. Now for extraction, what we can use? -xzf. Okay, let me extract this file. So tar-xzf, it's fine. The file extracted. Tell me, once you extract, like what is the file size you have to get it? What the actual size? What's the original file size? 195 MB. See here. In your earlier case, we have only one file, like gunzip file is there. Okay. Once you extract it, extract the gunzip file, again you have the actual file, demo file, the size 195 MB. That is that 101 MB file is again converted to 195. Are you following that? So is what gunzip. And next one is said bunzip. We discussed right, bunzip can do what? Bunzip can reduce the file size up to 1/8. We discussed this. See this options here. -czf, compress zip file it is, and see the extension here, tar.bz2. Tar dot what? bz2. I'll just show this process for you. tar-czf. I said This bunzip tab dot bz2. Okay, file some demo. Now demo file is going to compress. It's going to compress now. So earlier we have seen what gunzip method. Now it is what bunzip. Okay, and what is the file size you got? Earlier case some 1.1 MB, right? So now we can see like how much size we get to just see here. Take some time. See, we can use this method in our all this DevOps course. Like if you want to download Java, see here. I said some Java or download Java JDK. Select this one. See what is the Java file extension here? Only some .rpms. And what other files we have? tab.zz. What does zz denotes? Gunzip file. If I need a tool like Ant, Apache Ant, what is the Ant distribution here? What's the file extension is available? tar.zz or .zip. What does zz denotes here? Gunzip. Okay. We go for Maven, Apache Maven. What's the file extension it is? tar.zz. That is, download different packages. Okay. So all the packages available in this .zip or tar.zz format. That is Gunzip format. Okay. So we have to use the same procedure. Yep. It's done. It's done here. So I said ls-lh. See what is actual file size 195 MB, right? But once you apply this bunzip, what is the file size? 326 KB. See how much size we have just observed. 195 MB file is became 326 KB file, right? So like this bunzip will work. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just remove its actual file. I'll remove even other files. Okay. Now let me extract the content from bunzip. Yeah, how to extract it? tar hyphen. For compression, we will use what? czf. For extraction, what you can use? xzf. Okay. Now this file is going to extract. The extracted ls-lh. See again the 326 KB file is became again 195 MB file. Okay, so it's what like file compressions and file extraction. Are you following? So it's very important in our DevOps. We'll see these concepts one by one later. Okay, and here we have some concepts like web servers, okay, and app servers, okay, some database servers, okay. So on tomorrow class, I'll discuss how to configure these web servers, app servers, okay. You can just see all the things. So on today's class, we are seeing just how to create some files, directories, and how to create some hard links, soft links, okay, and how to use this file compression extraction methods we are seeing now. So on tomorrow we'll see these things like how to create this like web servers, database servers, app servers. Okay. So we'll see all these things on tomorrow. You just practice it. Okay. And try to create your own account in AWS Cloud. Okay. Just create your instances and and practice this basic Linux commands at first. So then we can see some little bit admin commands. So all these commands are command admin, like web servers, app servers, some admin commands. We'll just see this process on tomorrow, right? So, so any queries up to now? Okay. Any queries? Yes, yes, you can do it. That depends on editor. Yeah, it's a command is said, right? We said cat file one. I'll just show this one. File two. File one data will copy to this file one. I said the file two. File one data will copy to file two. We said next command like cat file one file two. It's what appending. So data will append. So it won't override the earlier content. So the old content is as it is, new content will append. That's what append. Okay. Next. Yeah. In case of copy command, you won't get the link. You won't get any link for copy. Okay. If the original file and this copy file, there's no link here. But go for hard link is there, right? Okay. You get the same changes in hard link. Okay. Yes, yes. I'll show it once again tomorrow. I'll just say. Okay. Right. Fine. Let me close the session. We'll see you on tomorrow. Okay. Like you'll see. Yeah, it's not mandatory, but you should have some idea of Linux. Okay. So because DevOps purely depends on Linux, right? So we need it. Tell me, Chandramouli, what is it? How to get sessions? Fine. Right. Okay. Hardlink is a replica. It's a duplicate copy. Generally, if you use copy command, right? We'll use just a copy command. We'll use it. Copy demo some sample. The demo code will add it to sample. It's a normal case, right? But here, there's no link. There's no link between these two files. But hard link is not like this. We'll create a link. Okay. Fine. One second, I'll explain on tomorrow. You can just go with this. Right. Thank you. We'll see you on tomorrow. Just practice all this.